Hi, I'm Mike Walther with your Oak Wealth Advisors tips for understanding the asset tests related to acquiring and keeping means-tested benefits. It's important to understand that for many governmental benefit programs for our loved ones with disabilities, there's a test that's related to how many assets they have. And those tests are applied for receiving Supplemental Security Income, which is the cash benefit, also known as SSI, Medicaid, which is both health insurance as well as the Medicaid waiver programs that provide lots of supports, and the Supplemental Nutrition Assistance Program, which is what was called food stamps, now just simply known as SNAP, the acronym for that. And that's going to provide food assistance. The asset limits are going to vary depending on the benefit and the state in which you live, but the baseline asset test is $2,000 for SSI benefits in any state. Again, as I said, the Medicaid limits are going to vary by state. But if you think about it, we're trying to get our loved ones' assets below $2,000 to ensure they can keep their benefits on an ongoing basis. So what counts? Well, unfortunately, pretty much everything. So we want to look for any of these types of accounts and make sure that our loved ones either don't have them at all or that they have very, very limited amounts in them, because the combination of all of these cannot be greater than $2,000 if we're seeking or looking to maintain means-tested benefits. So that's going to include checking accounts of any kind, so savings accounts, whether it's a joint account or account in their own name, it all counts. A retirement account in their name, that could be an IRA, a 401k or 403b, or some other company retirement plan. Investment accounts, anything that holds stocks, bonds, mutual funds, even gold counts if it's in their name. Trusts, a living trust or an irrevocable trust that they can demand distributions from will count as an available resource. Basic custodial accounts, known as UTMA or UGMA accounts, that are typically opened by parents for their loved ones, which become the loved one's own account when they turn 18 or 21, depending on the state, those accounts are also includable. Also, life insurance, in some cases, if the individual owns the account and there's a cash value in the policy, that can be counted towards the $2,000 limit, and certain annuities as well. So again, that summary should tell you you've got to look really hard to make sure that your loved one has none of these kinds of accounts when you're going to apply for benefits. And once they get benefits approved, they don't let any of these accounts accumulate more than $2,000 by the end of the month. So what can they own? Our loved ones can own a car and a house of any value. That's excluded from counting. In addition, assets of any amount in a special needs trust, also known as a supplemental needs trust, can be held for the individual's benefit. That's a trust where they cannot demand a distribution, but all distributions are determined by the trustee's discretion. That's the important differentiation between a special needs trust and other kinds of trusts. And finally, ABLE accounts. Up to $100,000 of ABLE account value is going to be excluded from counting. If the ABLE account exceeds $100,000, the next dollar starts to count towards the $2,000 limit. So keep all that in mind as you're working to get your loved one benefits. Hopefully that'll help. If you have any questions about any of your benefit planning, whether it's related to the means-tested benefits or something else, please reach out to your advisor at Oak Wealth Advisors. We encourage you to listen to our Special Needs Voice podcast for new ideas in the disability planning community, and check us out on the socials. We look forward to hearing from you and helping you with all your planning. Best wishes.